Hello, Robert. I'm back. JC's back. Kiki Pony. How's it going, man? Hello, James from Kentucky. I'm driving into the shop. A long trip. Hello, Hodgepodge. Wow. Fort, from Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, clothes are in the dryer, Bill, but I shut it off. It's so noisy. Dave's from South Carolina. What happened? Nothing happened. I had to drive it out so my son could get his car in. Okay, Fred Flint. The weather's here. Wish you were beautiful. Two live in one day. Well, I didn't have the camera angle very good when I was driving the Dirty Dozen out, so I thought I'd reshoot it when I come back in. Let a few people get in here. Yeah, Nathan, it's really a good feeling. Hey, Eddie, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you don't mind I call you Eddie. That's just how I know you. I'm going to drive the Dirty Dozen in here in a little bit, Ed. Yeah, it's cold here. Cold here, Michael. It's going to be down to 5 degrees by Tuesday night. Yeah, USMC. It's a good feeling to have it move under its own power. Howdy to South Carolina. Smack yourself with a hammer. Yeah, it's a lot of pain, Dee. Just go ahead and smack yourself, Dan. Use a big hammer too. I just got through working on it a little bit more. There's everything to do on it. Nothing worked on that car. Nothing. Everything was broke on that car. I've had to fix everything. I'm going to be working on that Subaru from now on. I've just accepted it as a part of life. It's just what I'm going to do until he decides he wants something else. Thanks, Circuit Studios. Missouri. I'm from Missouri. Wow. Got a guy here from Australia. Ken and Noah works on the Brat. Yeah, that's right. Well, I just got the Hoopy. You know, we're only going to have two Subarus when it's all said and done. Well, I'll only have one. I've got the Hoopy. That's it. And Noah's got the Brat. But I've got a couple parts cars. And when they get that old, you need parts cars. Yeah, he's kicking pony. He's liking it pretty good. He should have it. He should take it home next week. I still got to get the oil. I'd like for it to have an oil pressure gauge and a temperature gauge, and neither one of those are working right now. And I don't know if it's the sensors or what's going on, but I figured out what that racket was. It's so noisy when it starts up. It's just a lifter. As soon as it pumps up, it quietens down. It's a tough job, Dan. It's a tough job, man. Okay. We've got 70 people here. I guess I'll go ahead and drive that thing in. I'm going to fix the camera this time so you guys can see me bring it in. It's getting dark outside. But anyway, let me angle this camera down here a little bit. Yeah, that ought to work better. Just kidding. Just kidding. I had to turn the dryer on. Just messing with you. Oh, hey, you guys like my jacket? You see that? Okay, 84 people here. I don't slide off the mountain. Well, I'm just careful, I guess. DD Dan can't stop with one Subaru. I know Subarus for me are like the 57, his 50 his Tri-5 Chevys. Okay, I'm gonna open the door and bring that thing in, I guess. And bark the tires a little bit. Y'all see that? Sounds like a monster. Yep. Somebody we know says, "Bring the thunder." Thunder on the mountain. Yep. Yeah, it's been snowing today. When we're going to work on the brat? Well, we worked on it today. We worked on it Thursday. I just don't video it. It's I don't know. It's just me and him working on it. It's not a lot to video, really. Well, thank you, Junker. Not necessary, but much appreciated. Watch your series on the Subaru with your grandson. I also have a YouTube. Come check it out. Okay. Junker Clunkers. I will. I'll check you out, man. Appreciate it. No, Ed, I ordered, I didn't get the tack hooked up. I ordered a cable for it. I wanted to get a kind of a short cable instead of having it wind around all over the country, around the cab and back. I gotta shut that door. It's getting cold in here. I had a guy tell me today, he wasn't going to watch my videos anymore because I'm not driving this rig down the road. Well, you know, I'm only one guy, only so many hours in a day. I've got a fuel system to put on it. I got exhaust to put on it. I got wire for lights, put the lights on it. Long way to go, you know, and yeah, I've got the original buckets, the big buckets, and they're beautiful. They got this beautiful big round bulb of a lens in it. They're really nice. I just got to put away so they don't get broke. But that's coming. It's all coming. You know, I just can't do it all in one day. And this one guy, he's just too impatient. You know, so he probably hadn't built too many rat rods. Yeah, Troy Tree Guy. Half the fun is the build, and thank you for pointing that out the other day about how I welded through that bearing. I know better than that, man, and you know I know better than that, but I did it anyway. I just wasn't thinking, you know. I get called out on a lot of stuff. That's all right. At least I'm doing something. At least I'm doing it instead of sitting on a bar stool talking about doing it, you know. Oh, no, I'm not going to run 4 stacks up the back. Hey, NC Auto Man. I've got a plan for exhaust, and I think you're going to like it. I mean, some people won't, but, you know, can't please everybody. There's only got to please one person. Only one person has to be happy with this. Ed, I'll get started grafting when the weather gets better. It's just, I mean, there's times when we have started grafting by this time of year, but not this winter. It's gonna be a couple weeks at least, maybe 3. And we don't have a lot on the books anyway. If I had more on the books, I'd ramp up, but there's no hurry right now. Got to keep every single one of them viewers happy. Dan, you never have negative comments. I know what you mean. I had one, a real good one the other day. Oh, about this tack mount that I built. I can't remember the words. There were a lot of adjectives, but it was a piece of garbage. Like he said, I've watched everything everything you build is a piece of garbage. And only he had a long string of things of how bad they were. And I said, man, if you've seen everything I build, you're a really good supporter of my channel. And I really appreciate it because you helped me buy a lot of supplies, you know, so keep watching, man. If the guy doesn't like what I'm doing, I wonder I wonder why he keeps watching. But that's okay. I don't care. It's just mind over matter. I don't mind, and he don't matter. Yeah, I know you've got some comments, Dan. I've seen you do some things that I know you got comments over, and I hope you do more. I hope you do more of it. That's the stuff I like. This thing is supposed to be ridiculous. That's the whole goal. Uh, Armchair engineers. Hey Wayne, how's it going, man? Hope you've been picking and grinning. I tried to pick my guitar up this morning. I can't play a thing anymore. I forgot everything I know, everything I knew. I never did know much. Junker Clunkers. I got to check out Junker Clunkers. I know. The comments, it's 99.999% positive. There's just every once in a while there's no sore head. Me and Mr. Heavy Chevy, we joke about those guys. We tell you, the guy's 35 years old. He's living in his mama's basement, bumming money for cigarettes, don't have a job. He's a no job having basement dwelling mama's boy, bumming money for cigarettes. And he ain't got nothing to do but sit on a computer and make negative comments about stuff. Yeah, I am having a good time. That's what it's all about. When it's not fun anymore, I'll quit. When it's not fun anymore, I'll quit building rat rods. And when YouTube's not fun anymore, I'll quit doing that too. I'm not married to this thing. Yeah, I don't mind and he don't matter. Mind over matter. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. What are you going to do? Oh, I know. I was going to say, I was going to make another point. Lots of jamming. Yeah, I bet, till Michigan thaws out. Yep. I talked to my daughter yesterday. She's in Grand Rapids or in the burbs. Okay, Bill, it's a 38, but same thing, basically. Anyway, I was telling my son today, we were talking about comments and we were laughing about some of them. And but there's one thing that's held true. I've been doing this for 14 years. Yeah, 14 years. And anytime there's ever, over all these years, anytime there's ever been a negative comment, if you go to their YouTube channel, they got nothing. And that's held up every single time. Every time. So, their opinion doesn't hold a lot of weight for me. Yeah, I got Troy Tree Guy. I've got the original headlights for this thing. Man, they're beautiful too. I might go grab one of them. Probably something like that. They were originally a little bit lower, but I had to lower this down between the fenders, or had to raise the fenders to get them up over my tires. But look how round these are. Really nice. That's just the right amount of bling. Yeah, they're pretty nice. Yeah, ODD Dan, he's he's having a good time. He got over the commenters too. Our Peak was first rat rod YouTubers I've seen this and still watch him, and all of Waylon, DD, Mortsky, Vice Grip. Yeah, our Peak was the first guy. Well, he's the first guy that commented on the very first video that I loaded up 14 years ago. And his was the first video that I ever commented on. And I'm still watching his videos. He had quite a following when he was building his rat rod. They've kind of dropped off a little now, but, he got all uppity on us and moved to where there ain't no snow. We don't get to see any snowplow videos anymore. So I have to take up slack there. Hey, Andy Doghouse, good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Country Boy Gas Garage. Yeah, those lights are they're cool, man. I'm happy with them. I like them too. Yeah, our Peak's been around a long time, about a year longer than I have, I think. We're both old fossils, He's younger than I am. Yeah, perched on the fender. Yeah, I don't know yet. I kind of like them close in. I think. I had them originally. They were mounted on the Dojelac. They were mounted out on the fenders, and it just didn't look right. They looked like frog eyes. It was just it just wasn't proportionate. So I got some 40 Ford headlamps, and I flush mounted them. I Frenched them into the fenders because that thing's so rounded, and boy, it worked out nice. They look good, and they look a lot better than setting up on top of the fender. I don't like the frog eye look. Yeah, I saw he's plowing gravel instead of snow. OR Peak. Yeah, Rambling Fever, or I'm a Lonesome Fugitive. Yep. Yeah, old Merle. He's my man. Yeah, I do too, Andy. Waylon or Ken, are they both your name? I'll tell you where that came from. Years ago, before YouTube, a friend of mine and I, there was a website where you could load up your music and just post whatever you put together, and me and this guy were making some music together, and we uploaded to this website. And I can't remember the name of that website now. It was 15 years ago or more. But we wanted to use an alias on that website, and he came up with the best one. He had the best one. His was called Payden Cash. Peyden, Payden Cash. And that was genius, But I'm not that smart. Anyway, I came up with Waylon Wire. I don't know, just kind of like Waylon Jennings and Waylon Wire. And then I was singing for a while with this gal, and we call her Barbed Wire. And my son, when he plays, is Rusty Wire. And so, some guys sent me a whole list of those things. But that's where Waylon Wire came from. Oh, DD Speed Shop. Dan says, what did he say? Waylon is the name you use at the bar. Yeah, it's with the ladies. We won't see more than one time. Yeah, that's the name I use at the girls' house pool hall. You know. Oh, Billy Strings, man, that guy is something else, isn't he? Check out a gal named Rena Del Cid. She does some good stuff too. And that gal plays guitar for lead guitar. Man, she tear that thing up. Yeah, JC Freeman or Fireman, excuse me. When I did that split screen where I was singing on one side and there was other guy singing on the other, I said that was the Wire Boys, Balin and Waylon. No, you're not going to hear me sing now. I don't have my guitar out here, and it's cold out here in the shop. I don't want to bring it out here. Weather fluctuation is hard on instruments, wooden instruments. Well, thank you, John. I sure do appreciate you too. Girls all get prettier at closing time, boy. Ain't that a fact? You want to see? Brad Warner says, "Are you going to put bomber style seats in the dozen? You want to see my seats? I'll show you my seats." All these things weigh 97 pounds a piece. They came. Oh, I hope it don't scratch the paint. Easy, Waylon. These came out of like a 41, 42 military, like a big old Army 6x6. If you look one up, it has an open cab. You'll see these seats. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this down. I'm gonna cut this down. Cut some of the bottom. I'll section this and move this all down, but keep this real nice curve, this nice form here. I'll keep that, but just move it down low so that you can get in and out, because you can't with the cab on it. These were in an open cab truck. With a cab on it, you can't climb up over this, but I'll keep this and just lower it down. And then I'm going to get a big old 6-inch piece of foam to put in there, and I'm going to have it covered. I'm going to cover that foam with plaid fabric to match the valve covers, and I'll probably do the door panels the same. I'm telling you guys way too many secrets here. B-52 bomber seats. No, not smokestack, but I'm not going to tell you what the exhaust is going to be. You got to stay tuned. You got to keep coming back. Yeah, you're right, Wayne. I got to take care of my Martin, and that's my pride and joy. Although I've never played well enough to deserve owning it. That's a 1967 Martin D28, and boy, it's a good box. It really is. I don't play well enough to justify owning it, but I got it and I love it. Enjoy hearing the secrets. I ain't gonna tell you guys the more secrets. See, kicking pony already. I look forward to the video showing the plaid seat covers. See, I done said too much. I've opened my big mouth. What about the bed? I ain't telling you. I'm not going to tell you. I tell you kind of what I'd like to do is, well, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to say anything. Have I seen Bad Chad? Have I seen Bad Chad? I tell you what, I'm serious. I was watching that guy one night. I'd already gone to bed. I climbed under the covers and I got my laptop and I was watching me some bad Chad one night. And I don't know what time it was, about 10 o'clock at night. And I was so inspired by that guy that I got up and got dressed and came out here in the shop and started banging on Rusty Metal because, boy, that guy inspires me. The only thing about him that kills me is how he works. He does everything down the floor, instead of on a work table or a bench. He does everything right down the floor. He just gets down on the floor. Well, he's young, that'll end one of these days. But yeah, I watch Bad Chad all the time. I love watching that guy work metal, and I like watching. I like DD Dan. I like watching him work metal. I like watching Half-Ass Custom work metal. Them guys, they're just my heroes. Going with a water bed. Yeah. Well, Dan, that's for the gals down at the pool hall. Yeah, that's it. And I'm going to put a fifth wheel on there in case I want to drag one of them gals home from the pool hall. Oh, boy. A live wire. I don't know about that. Yeah, he does repeat himself, but he's a good guy. And he puts up with a lot of comments too. Bless his heart, Puddin's Fab Shop. I tried to send him a sticker, or Weddemar sticker, and he told me he didn't want one. He said that's not what his channel's for. It's not about getting stuff in the mail. Yeah, D18's a good guitar too. How about a visor? Who is it? Justin Time. That's a good name. That's a real good name. I'm looking around here. Just in time. Ask and you shall receive. I've also, Fitzy's Fab is a good guy. I also have a visor made out of an old crosscut saw. I might use on there. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I love watching old Bad Chad. Well, Andy, I thought you probably got one when I did the big sticker giveaway. Did you not get a sticker? Yeah, I had the visor. See, here I gave away another secret. I wasn't going to tell anybody I had a visor. How come you guys are dragging all this stuff out of me? You got them on your guitar case. Well, thank you, Wayne. Bernice is doing good. She's upstairs. She's just up in the apartment up there waiting for Victor to get here. Hey, Andy, shoot me your email. If you don't have my email, send me an email. It's Coates Grafting at Gmail. It's spelled COATESGRAFTING at Gmail. Send me an email, and we'll figure out how to swap stickers. I don't know why you didn't get one. I did that giveaway, and that went on for about 2 months, and so I don't know how you missed that. But Andy, how's it going? Tow Truck Andy in the house. Hey, Andrew, I got a question for you. Now you got all that property, you can come and get that cab over, right? Yeah, I apologize, Andy Doghouse. I don't know. I don't know how you didn't get the sticker. There was somebody. Well, somebody. It might have been you that didn't send a self-addressed envelope, and without your address, I couldn't send a sticker. So yeah, I think it was you. Uh, Come to think of it. Maybe David says maybe a little late. Yeah, you're a little late. I was driving this rig. I was running her through the gears, man. No, I'm just kidding. I just pulled it into the shop. But it's nice to have that throttle. I didn't have the throttle hooked up. Today's the first time I drove it with the throttle. Hello, Thomas. Come on, Andy. Come on, tow truck Andy. You got room for it now, man. I've been trying to give away that 69 GMC cab over, and that's got a big block V6. The heads and everything look just, well, they'll interchange with this V12. That right there makes it worth owning, Andy. Come on, man. Half-ass customs in the house. Hey, man. We're just talking about you. I was talking about how you're being my hero, how I like to watch you work metal. Chevaholic in the house. Man, there's all the YouTube stars are here tonight. I can't believe it. Dee Dee Dan and Chevaholic and all the rest of you guys. Everybody here is a YouTube star. This is a star-studded live stream. Yeah, I did get slammed, James, on that sticker giveaway. I got hit pretty hard first couple of weeks. Half-ass custom. Yeah, I really like what you're doing, man. And congratulations, half-ass custom. Congratulations on hitting 100,000. I remember giving you a shout out when you were just a little feller, and now you're a grown-ass man. Look at you go, man. The same thing happened with I think I'm just good juju, because same thing happened with Musty One. When I first started watching him, he had 2,000 subscribers, I think, and man, he went through the roof. But I remember giving him a shout out, got him a few subscribers a while back. But I'm just a little minnow in a big old sea of whales. I'm just a little feller here. But I'm honored to know you guys. Andy's doghouse needs it more. Well, Andrew, his name, going by his name, maybe he does need it more, because that thing does have a doghouse. I thought about cutting the frame up and pulling the back wheels right up behind the cab, making a little stubby Bob, only a cab over. But, I'll be 137 years old by the time I finish all my projects, so I don't know if that'll happen. I've got that swept line in the queue. It's going to have to be before I do anything else. And I need to put a motor in the Blue Diamond. I got one for it. Well, Jeremy, he says, I just started working with metal, learning how to weld right now. Well, you know what? We all started at the same place. And I ain't no welder, but I can kind of tack stuff together now. Been practicing for about 55 years. Andrew Doghouse. Thanks, buddy. Come on, you guys. If you're a minnow, I'm a plankton. Oh, Troy. Troy's been around a long time. Check out Troy Tree Guy, you guys. Check him out sometime on YouTube. Is Pablo watching too? Yeah, I wonder if he is. Come on, Andrew. You were here, man. You were going to take it. I caught you at a weak moment. You were going to take that truck home. But I told you not to bring a wimpy little trailer over here. I sent you the wheelbase and the whole deal, man. It's too bad that didn't work out. Well, keeping the poly, I got another poly just like it to go in it, but a good one. Mine's had a hard life. I didn't do it any favors either, but that's another story. Just in time, have you ever grafted an apple tree with a cherry tree? Would that work? No, it won't work. You have to stay in the same family. You put other varieties of apples. You can put Fuji, Gala, whatever you want. Ambrosia, red, golden, whatever you want on an apple tree. You can have 100 different varieties on one tree, but you can't put cherries on an apple or apples on a cherry. With cherries, you can put 100 varieties of cherry on one tree, but you can't put apples or pears on there, whatever. Well, thanks, Troy. It's the only one I got, man. I'd be lost without it. He says, I like your laugh. I go, it's the only one I got. And Matt the Scrap Whisperer. Make great videos. Thank you. I try. I work at it. I enjoy it. That's my hobby. And I put a lot of time into editing that a lot of people don't bother with, and they don't need to. Most people's videos are good enough without all the little stunts. That I put in mine, but it's my hobby. I enjoy doing it. Well, Andrew, thank you. And I still wish I had a use for that brownie. Andrew, the guy I was trying to do a trade with him. I wanted to trade him that cab over truck for a 4-speed brownie and a motorhome rear end, which I didn't need. But I think I pawned that off on somebody else. But anyway, he dropped the stuff off and then didn't take the truck. So here I'm stuck with what he left. But he left a cool piece. I just wish I had a place to put it. But he left me a 4-speed brownie out of what'd you tell me, a 58 Rio? I think is what you said. And that's a nice piece, man. I feel like I'm a better person just because I have it. Tell you the truth. I don't think so, James. I don't know much about that. Thank you, half-assed. Thanks, Brent. I had fun with that. I don't know. It just hit me when I picked it up. You heard me say that. When I picked it up from the welding table and turned it over, it just hit me. I said, beam me up, Scotty. And then I got the idea, well, I need to do a green screen thing. And I downloaded the stars and did all that. I spent quite a bit of time on that, but it was fun. I almost missed it. Missed the last one. You missed what? The live stream. Yeah, you missed me driving this in, but you can go back and watch it. Measure with a stick, mark it with chalk, cut it with a torch, get it done. Yep, that's it. Chevaholic, what did he say? And editing awesome pictures as your backdrop from that guy that just points and clicks pictures of old junk. Absolutely. That Chevaholic guy, if you don't know who he is, go over to his channel and check out his stuff, man. I always use his pictures in my, I use exclusively, almost exclusively use Chevyholic pictures as a backdrop when I'm doing my green screen thing. You wouldn't believe how many people ask me, what is that green? I said, what is that green tarp hanging on your shop door? Okay, Kick and Pony. Good to talk with you, man. Glad you showed up. Well, Andrew, I haven't found anybody to use that brownie yet, but I'd like to. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, it's an idea, Kilroy Smith. That is an idea. It's not my idea, but it's an idea. It ain't a bad one. It's just not mine. It's not my vision, but you never know. Can you buy one of my grafting knives? Whatever for. Yeah, I suppose that's possible. I think I've got some inventory up there. Yeah. Send me an email. coatesgrafting@gmail.com. COATESGRAFTING. coatesgrafting@gmail. How's the grandson's car running? It's running great, man. We took it out. We did a shakedown run, a long drive with it, and I let him drive it, and we put some miles on it, and it's good. And he's going to take it home next week, I think. They're working on getting the insurance. Insurance for a 16-year-old is just, it's outrageous, man. I don't know. Everything's gone sky high, you know, but it's over $3,200 a year to put that kid on the insurance, and he's still shopping around. And of course, he's a pretty much straight A student. I don't know if he's straight A's. He's probably got some B's, but he's a really good student. So that'll help. They got to find out what that's going to do. But Chevyholic has the cleanest firewalls in all of YouTube. He absolutely does. He paints them all white. That way he can tell if there's a speck of dust on there. You know, James Mitchell says, I think that thing's going to be crazy to drive down a twisty road. Okay, I have so many comments about how long this thing is. And let me tell you something. It is 2 inches shorter than that hearse I had. Okay, thanks for stopping by, man. Half-ass. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming by and keep making the videos. You're awesome. Well, thank you, John. You must be tone deaf. You love my music and singing. You must be tone deaf, but I appreciate it. You still have your cat. I have a cat. Oh, Sparky, Coyote's got old Sparky a couple years ago, and boy, I was pretty tore up about that. But he was a pretty good cat. He was my buddy. He always made the videos. He always made an appearance because he'd hear me talking and he'd think I was talking to him. And it was so funny because there was many videos where you just see tail go across the bottom of the screen. But he had quite a following. He had a fan base. Old Sparky did, but I've got Joshua, and he's different, you know. He's all right. Hey, Tom Sheets. I tell you what, that belly tanker, the Chevyholics, that's just I'd trade my Dojelac for that. There ain't very many things I'd trade my Dojelac for, but I'd trade it for that. I wanted to make one, but that's a belly tank, and the one I got, it's a wing tank, and they're smaller. They're only about this big around. I can't get my big fat ass in it, but they're a little bigger than that. But so's my rear end. Time for some more music grafting. I know, man. I've been trying to play, but I just If you don't use it, you lose it, and you play all the time, and I don't, and I'm kicking myself. It just seems like I can't do it all anymore. I used to. I used to do it all, but I know I'd like to sit down and do something, but I got trying to get some work done on this thing. I guess it's priorities. Thank you, Ray Ray. Oh yeah, we miss old Sparky. He was a good old cat. He was my shop cat. He was my buddy. Yeah, I think it's going to drive okay. I might take those overload springs on it. They're never going to touch, but I'm just looking at all the work it's going to be to get them out. I'm gonna have to build some blocks in there and stuff, but I've already got my wedges in there that I built to set the pinion angle, and it ain't gonna hurt anything. But it's just weight. But why would I worry about weight at this point? The engine weighs 1,400 pounds, transmission almost six, about 20 feet of 18 feet of quarter wall 2x6 box steel, plus the rear end out of 1 ton and the front end out of 1 ton. It's a heavy rig. Okay, Captain Obvious. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, you're probably right, Chevaholic. I'd probably need to shed about 100 pounds before I could get in it. Uh, but you know what? It's on my bucket list to come and visit you. And not that I'm saying I'm going to try and get in it, but I want to hear that thing run. That thing sounds good. There's just no sound. There's no sound like a flathead. They got a very distinct sound, and you did an awesome job on that thing. I know I plugged his channel, but go check out Chevaholic's belly tanker. Man, that thing is something else. What size is my lift? It's 10,000 pound. Lose the spring slap. I don't think there's going to be any spring slap on this thing. There's certainly not going to be any axle warp. Thank you, Phil. Hello, Montgomery. No, that's not Montgomery. I thought it was Montgomery. Mangame 1. Did I get the exhaust on it? No. Hello to Alabama. Well, hi, Miss Sally. I hope you're doing good. And I hope you keep Wayne stocked up in Church's chicken. I haven't seen, I got one squirrel that stayed here. Thank you, Jack. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, it is heavy metal. How long we been going here? I probably need to shut this thing down. Yeah, almost an hour. And time just flies. Oh, in July it's going to. You know what? I wish I could come in July, and might make that happen. It'd be a special trip just to come see you. I hope to drive my Impala across country. That's my bucket list. That's about the only thing on my bucket list. I want to drive that Impala across country and back. And but I have to do it in the fall after I shut my irrigation down here on the property, because I can't leave here. Things will burn up and blow away, burn up and dry up and burn up. So, but I mean, I could go for a few days, something like that. But I'd love to see that thing race. That'd be worth the trip, buddy. Oh, Fred's doing fine. I haven't fired him for, I don't know, a year or so. Mr. Beefsteak, how you doing, buddy? That's a name that's been in my comments for many, many years. It was in the beginning of your videos. Is the chassis and bed you're driving? Was that under the cab? Yes. Pulled it up here. I drove it up here and took the cab off, and then I drove it back without the cab. Craig Brown, read Craig Brown's comment. He's asking about what I drive in that intro, and it was the running gears out of this thing is 38 GMC. Yeah, that Impala is a good riding car, but I've got to rebuild all the suspension in it. All the bushings are shot, and I didn't realize that until this year. I just hadn't noticed it and hadn't really paid attention. But I gotta rebuild and put bushings in all the A arms, and I thought about just replacing the A arms with tubular A arms, but I don't want to really change the ride. It's got such a nice ride, and what I'm reading is those bushings in the A and those tubular A arms are going to be harder and not have the give and the cushion that those rubber ones have. Of course, I'm not an expert on that. I've just been trying to learn about it. I tend to not ask for advice on YouTube. That's a slippery slope, my friends. You get people that really know what they're talking about, and then you get the people who think they know what they're talking about, and then you get people that have no idea what they're talking about, but they'll still give you advice. You have to glean through all that, and separate the wheat from the chaff, and I'm getting pretty good at that. I had a real nice conversation with a guy about that Murphy switch and all that. A guy back in Kentucky. Learned a lot about Murphy switches and all that. But anyway, I talked about that in the other video. I appreciate you too, Stubby. But anyway, I don't ask for that's why I don't ask for advice on YouTube, because you get a guy that's never changed his own spark plugs, but he'll tell you how to dial in an LS engine, And I don't have much faith in keyboard mechanics. So I tend to not ask, and that's too bad, because I'd like to know, and there's so much I don't know, and but it's just risky asking for advice. There's been a couple of times I call up old Chevyholic, I call him up behind the scenes and talk with him, or Mr. Heavy Chevy. They're both real knowledgeable guys, and I just kind of blunder my way through it, But I'm having fun. I ain't hurting nobody. Keeps me out of the bars, off the streets, YouTube is not the place to learn. Well, it is if you just go watch the videos, but it's not the place to ask for advice. See you, Marvin. Thanks for coming by. That's good to know about the bushings. I'm going to take a look at that some more. Yeah, I know quite a bit about Murphy's Law myself. That makes sense, James, about tubulars are better for radios, older originals for bias ply. I get it. I guess. I mean, could be. I don't know. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Welcome, and thanks for subscribing. Hope you'll stick around. I hope you enjoy what you see. Go back and check out a couple of my previous videos, and you'll find out real quick whether you like it here or not. Thanks, Todd. I had fun doing that. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Heavy, he knows his quadrajets. He's rebuilt a bunch of them. He offered to rebuild the one. I took one off my Impala and put a Edelbrock on there. And he offered to rebuild it. He said, this was before he came out to visit me. He said, if you'll send that to me, I'll rebuild it and I'll put it on a rig and test it and then send it back to you. And he can make them run. And there's nothing wrong with a quadrant toilet. as long as it's working good. Make a bigger shop. What do I need a bigger shop for? Dan, talk to Dan, DD Speed Shop. He's the one that's got a bigger shop. I got more than I can do now. I mean, look at this place. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep it stock. Put us under winter weather watch already and a flood watch. Wow, you're getting hit with all kinds of it. That's Ed Coates. That's my nephew. Glad to see him here tonight. We got separated by a lot of years, but we've just recently getting reacquainted. That's a good thing. I'm really happy about it. Yeah, Steve, I'm probably going to keep it original. Everything else is original on that car, but and it rides wonderful. It just, man, that thing just floats down the highway. The cars don't ride like that anymore. You know. Well, hey Wayne, I'd probably meet you at churches. No, I'd like to meet you. I really would, Wayne. I don't know if I could play. I couldn't keep up with you playing music, but if I come that way, I'm gonna try and practice. Just try and get through a couple of songs. See, it's easy with YouTube because you can edit out all your mistakes and start over and everything. When you're playing with somebody, you can't do that. And I used to play constantly, man. I used to know 100 songs by heart and play them all. And now I just can't even get through one without messing up because I got out of practice. My buddy passed away. I had a music buddy that, man, we were just on the same page. I knew what he was going to do, and we just clicked. And you'll see him in some of my videos. Old Jim Perkins, he played mandolin, and boy, he was a top-notch musician. And what made him such a good musician was he didn't know he was good. You'll appreciate this, Wayne. We were playing one time. We were playing bluegrass music. We had a little group. We were going around the farmers markets and stuff, playing a little bit. But one guy playing the banjo was an excellent banjo player and a really good musician. He could, he knew how to read music. He knew modes and all that. I don't know nothing. I can't read a note. Everything I've learned, I just listen and try to, replicate it. I just play by ear, but I can't read music. But this guy was quite a accomplished musician, an educated musician. And we finished the song, and he told Perkins, he said, "Boy, those were some really nice arpeggios you were doing up and down the neck on that mandolin." And Jim said, "Or what?" He was no boy from Tennessee, just humble as the day is long, man. He had no idea what a wonderful musician he was. But if you guys go check out some of my music videos with him in it, man, he was a picker. He was so good. And what made that banjo player good was it's hard to play a banjo and play it quietly. It's hard to not be overpowering. When you go to bluegrass festivals, they make a joke, always harass the banjo player. They say the best sound it makes is when it bounces off the dumpster lid, but he was good. He could play it without being overbearing with it. Yeah, Andy, I can't play the radio either. You watch me. You love watching me get my butt kicked by that chainsaw. I know that happened, man. I just happened to have the camera going. That's right, Andrew. You got it, man. You the man. Arms don't care what tire it's rolling on. Well, probably not. I wouldn't know, but I believe you. You make grafting look easy. Well, I would hope so, James. Oh, yeah, I told you to send me an email about getting you a knife. Yeah, I'm not going to, if you want it and you need it, I'll send you a knife. I'm not going to charge you for a knife. But I do make grafting look easy, and I wonder why that is. I'm about to start my 42nd season grafting, and been making a living at it for a long time. I never got rich, but I've always had money to put gas in my car and enough money to buy a hamburger for the kids, and take care of my family, and uh, that's good enough. I don't need a whole lot of money. I don't reckon. I mean, look at the stuff I drive. It ain't like I'm driving Rolls Royces or anything. So I ain't got much use for a lot of money. We do support our Canadian brothers, that's for sure. Two of the best fabricators I know are in Canada. Three of them that I know. Yeah, they got talent up there, man. You got old half-ass custom. You got DD Speed Shop. You got Bad Chad. They're all Canadians, and yeah, I do support them. Support their channels too. It is about having a good time, James. Yeah, I figure, Andy. I figure another 40 years, I'll have it figured out this grafting thing. That's it. They can put that. They can put that on my tombstone. They can say that the old boy knew how to graft and he knew how to sharpen a chainsaw. That's two things I can do. I don't know much about anything else, but I can sharpen a chainsaw. I want these guys that can chainsaw and it's just dull as a hoe, and they're going ring, 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 back and forth on the log, and I'm going, come on, guys. You need that sucker so it's throwing chips about the size of nickels. I can't even buy a new car. I don't want a new car. What would I do with a new car? That Dodge Ram I bought, I got it just the way I wanted. It's probably the last truck I'll ever buy. Hope so. I put a lowering kit on it. I like it. I like that Hemi. I just like that truck. So that's going to be my truck. I don't need a new. What do I need with a new car? Got no use for it. Yeah, what else we going to do in the winter? That's right. Get in there, bang on some old metal, man. Cold bore motors is from Canada. Okay. Yeah, I watch Fitzy. I watch Fitzy's fabrication. Yep. Well, Andy, we're not getting much snow, but it's going to get cold, man. It snowed a little today, but it didn't stick to the ground. But Tuesday going to be high of 22 or 3, they say, and then down to 5 degrees. So you can have the snow. I got to get out of here, guys. It's been over an hour. I'm going to bore people to death. It's fun, though. It's really fun visiting with you guys. Are your chainsaws stock? No, they're not. I'm going to answer this question. No, they're not stock. Do I tweak them? But they're bored. They're not bored. They're ported. My chainsaws are ported, man. And boy, they'll cackle and they'll get with it. They're Husqvarna, the old ones that I bought all these saws back in the 90s, and you can't buy them that'll rev that high anymore. They're highest revving saw ever made, other than a competition saw. And you want to have that thing revving up. Worst thing you can do is lug it down and then try and rev it up when you're cutting. You want to have that thing wound up, boy, and hit the wood when they're running. And I can drop a horizontal limb. I can drop an 8-inch limb and be done with the cut before it ever hits the ground. I don't even have to make an undercut. I can just cut that sucker off, man. That's a couple things I do know a little bit about. Is grafting and sharpening a chainsaw. So have a good evening. Yeah, you guys too. Thanks for coming by, all you guys. I really do appreciate it. And it's really fun visiting with people from all over the country and all over the world. Man, it just makes my day. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this thing moving under its own power, and I can work the throttle a little bit. I've got that foot throttle on there now, so that's kind of fun. And hey, we'll see y'all next time, and I sure do appreciate you.